It is a Saturday afternoon in January at the Drumner Center. You know what that means. Post-basketball in action here. Double dip, double header. Women's will start first, and then the men's will follow. Jefferson Rams in town here this afternoon to face off against the Eagles. Jefferson women's basketball and men's basketball won the CACC last season. So huge meeting here in conference. Eagles come into this one at 4-14 on the year, 3-4 in conference, led by Naj White and Alyssa Rossignol. And on the other side for Jefferson, 11-6 overall record on the year, 5-2 in conference. And they are led by Emma Kaczynski and Casey Murphy. And with that, we say hello and welcome courtside, everyone. Griffin Castanet, glad you're with us here on the CACC Network, Saturday afternoon at the Drumner Center. Let's go. Post Jefferson doubleheader. Women's will start first, and the men's will follow after. As we took a look at our starting lineup, typical starting five here for Post: Naj White, Aaron Harris, Jasmine Day Cox, freshman standout Jaden Burns, and Alyssa Rossignol, the 5 for Courtney Burns in her second season. And for Tom Shirley in his 35th season at the helm here with the Rams. How many coaches do we think in the country in NCAA in basketball have been with a program for 35 years? Remarkable. His starting five is the typical starting five of Tori Nigro, Gabby Racinto, Emily Spratt, Emma Kaczynski, and Casey Murphy. That will round out the five for Tom Shirley and the Rams. Again, won the CACC tournament last season in March, trying to defend their title here in the 24-25 season. Jefferson going to be in the blue uniforms, Eagles in the home whites. Let's do it. Eagles last time out played at Caldwell a few days ago, losing 63-58. And for Jefferson, they are on a two-game winning streak coming into this one. They beat Chestnut Hill 70-55 a few days ago on the 22nd. Before that, beat Bridgeport 63-31. Jefferson last year 16-0 in conference, 32-2 overall. Again, trying to defend their title here in the 24-25 season. It will be Murphy and Rossignol to jump it up at half court. Ready to get underway here. Big CACC conference showdown here today. The tip is up, and the Rams control the tip, and off we go. As a quick move there by Tori Nigro, and she picks up the two to open up the scoring. 22nd all-time meeting. Eagles have never beaten the Rams in program history. 0-21 all-time. It's inside to Rossignol on the doorstep and gets a scoring starter for the Eagles. How about Alyssa Rossignol, leading scorer on the season for the Eagles, averaging 12.7 points per game. She has gotten better as the season has progressed, no doubt. This is Gabby Racinto. Now it is Murphy, the skip. The three is up and true. Kaczynski buries one. Her 101st attempted three of the season, her 41st made. Coming into this one, Jefferson has taken 158 threes. Again, Kaczynski has taken 100 of those. White jumper is off, and Racinto the board. 3-point lead here for Jefferson to begin things. Nigro will run the point. White will defend. And Jefferson getting into a set. Kaczynski misses her first of the day, and Murphy right there, nice baseline little pull-up string music for Casey Murphy, averaging 14.5 points per game this season. Her and Kaczynski have been leading the charge offensively for this Jefferson team, and they show zone here to begin this. Burns, no hesitation, short, and the long rebound, and Burns has got it. The Eagles off with a fresh 20. Rossignol turns, shoots. On the doorstep, Murphy sprays it out. This will be a Emily Spratt jumper, and it's a long two. And Jefferson off to a nice 9-2 start here. And looking for the third consecutive win. The number 2 seed in the South Division. 5-2 CACC record for the Rams as they force a turnover right here. Nigro will run with numbers, bounces, Spratt nearly taken away. They're on the door. They are on the floor playing Twister for it. So we got a foul called on Spratt, and Eagles will take over. Hannah Finnerty, typically the first person off of the bench for this Eagles team, subs in sophomore, a Siena transfer. Jefferson 4 for 5 from the floor here to start. Post is 1 for 4. And Harris will be at the controls. Looks like we have a 2-3 here set up by the Rams. Rossino pumped it, pulls it, and drills it. Rossino's got 4 of the 4 here for the Eagles. Again, has really come on as of late in the past couple weeks. Sophomore transfer from Niagara, first year with the Eagles from Enfield, Connecticut. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in the opening quarter, just getting underway. Glad you're with us on the CACC network. Murphy will take it and make it. It's a long 2. She's 2 for 2 from that spot on that left baseline. And an 11-4 start here for the Rams. Burns dries it. Burns, the bounce. Harris shuffled her feet in a travel. So second turnover of this first quarter for Post. Jefferson has committed 1. Nigro will be at the point, and Harris will defend, and now it goes over to Racinto. Throw it into the post. Backdoor, oh, nice cut. Spratt picks up 2. Yep, need a timeout if you're Courtney Burns. An excellent start for Jefferson, off to an auspicious 13-4 start. 6:29 to play here in the first. You're watching the CACC basketball on the CACC network. Jefferson, outstanding shooting here to begin this one. 6 for 7 from the field, and they have crafted a 13-4 lead here early in this first quarter. Glad you're with us on the CACC network. Griffin Cass on hand here on this Saturday afternoon at the Drumner Center. Finnerty nearly traveled. White will pull it, trying to get on the board here, and cannot, and the rebound pulled down by Racinto. Nigro into the attacking 47. White will defend. Nigro makes her move, infiltrates the lane, and sprayed out. Kaczynski, long 2, is way off. 4 minutes gone here in this opening frame. Eagles 2 for 6 from the field here to start. It's Finnerty, White, Rossino, Harris, and Burns. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. Again, Jefferson in this zone here to start. The Eagles need to keep that thing reversing here. Get it to the high post. Rossino, 6 points here to start for Alyssa Rossino. Got all 6, and a 13-6 Jefferson lead. Coming up on the midway point here in this opening frame. Again, Jefferson men's and post men's will be starting at the conclusion of this one. Finnerty, interception. Eagles will look to run. Trailer, it's Harris. Finnerty right down the middle. The pull-up J is true. Murphy, easy seal on Burns, and she gets 2. Murphy off to a nice start here for Jefferson. She's got 6, leading the way for the Rams, and they have a 15-8 lead. Finnerty, the bounce, extra swing, it goes to Harris. Kaboom! It's a triple. Harris doesn't take a ton of threes, 6 for 18 from 3 coming into today. Nigro, the push shot. Does not trickle in, and Spratt has got the offensive board in a fresh 20, and the near turnover, and they'll reset it with Nigro. She nice, floats, can't score. Burns collects the board. Eagles will look to run. Burns into the attacking 47, stops, swings, Rossino 3. What a nice crash there by Harris. All right, Eagles down 13-4 to start, but settling into this first quarter, only down by 4. An opportunity to make it a one-possession game. Oh, Burns, a nice move, but missed the lay. Kaczynski, trailer. Thought about it, reset it. Murphy, kick it. Spratt, long 2. Around and out. Tough break there for Spratt. A nice looking J, but it pinballs out, and the Eagles coming the other way with 3.5 to play in the opening quarter. White flashes, the extra feed Rosunul. Reset it with Burns. Finnerty, not afraid to shoot at Burns. Kaczynski clears, and Jefferson leading by 4, coming up on 3 minutes to play here in the opening frame. Tom Shirley calls out 6. And a set here for Jefferson. Nice poke, but a reach-in foul there called on Harris. And she's not a fan of the call. Get some substitutions into the game here for the Eagles. Emma Carmen, transfer from Quinnipiac, and Cameron Porter, the freshman, into the game here for the first time for post. Rocinto flashes on the doorstep, easy 2. Gabby Rocinto, big part of this Jefferson team, averages 25.3 minutes per game, starting in her 15th game of the season. Spratt nearly had the steal coming up on the end of this first quarter, and a turnover there from the Eagles. Nigro will push right down the middle. It is Nigro, Spratt, Rocinto, Murphy, and Kaczynski. Starting 5 still on the floor here for Jefferson. Porter, Harris, Carmen, DeCox, and Finnerty. 5 for the Eagles. Oh, Spratt got the step. That's way too easy. Way too easy. Spratt has got 6 here for Jefferson, and the Rams lead back to 8. Carmen, kick it right into the hands of Rocinto. Turnovers piling up a little bit here for the Eagles. 4 turnovers now, and out of the reach there of Murphy. And Rossino and White will sub back in. So Burns, Rossino, Porter, DeCox, and White. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. DeCox flashes, swings, Rossino drives. Spratt, bounce it. Kaczynski, we get a foul. It's going to be offensive. Spratt commits the foul, and it's Porter drawing it. Get our first substitution off of the bench here for Jefferson. Kaya Burkhart, the senior guard from Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, into the game here for the first time. Only appearing in her 12th game of the season, and only averages 10.3 minutes per game. The Eagles need an answer. Got to close out this first quarter auspiciously. Burns attacks, kicks, Porter, 3. High arcer. Does not trickle in, and Kaczynski the board. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Nigro, kick it. Kaczynski, travel. 6 turnovers now for Jefferson. Post has committed 4. Rossignol, short, and Nigro clears. We have 4 seconds difference between the shot and the game clock here. Shot clock is at 23. Nigro is at the controls, and she will set up the Rams offense. Eight to shoot. Nigro makes her move, knifing and scoring for 2. What a move. And the sophomore from Philly gets the Rams lead to 10. Good if it goes. It does not go, and that will take us to the end of the first. Rams with a 10-point lead as we head to the second quarter here in Waterbury. Ready for the start of the second quarter here in Waterbury. Eagles and Rams, 67% for the field were the Rams in that first quarter. Eagles 31%. It'll be Jefferson ball to begin things here in the second quarter. 22nd all-time meeting between Jefferson and Post. Eagles have never beaten Jefferson since their all-time series began in 2005. 0-21 all-time. Recinto bounces and turns it over. Lots of turnovers here in this first half thus far for the Rams. Fernardi, Day-Cox, Burns, Rossignol, and White, the 5 on the 4 here for the Eagles. Burns falls on it and turns it right back over. Nigro, Burkhart, Recinto, Kaczynski, and Murphy, the 5 on the 4 here for Jefferson to begin things in the second quarter. Nigro will knife one more time, blocked by Day-Cox. And some room service at the other end for Rossignol as Kaczynski was trailing and couldn't chase it down. Good amount of turnovers again in this first half for Jefferson. They've committed 7. And this is a 3. Kaczynski. Long shot, long rebound. Recinto's got the fresh 20 for the Rams, slithering in and going high out for the window and kissing it home for 2. A little over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Back to a 10-point Jefferson lead. Get a kickball violation there on Jefferson. Get the shot clock reset to 20. Jefferson 11 for 18 from the field. Post is 6 for 17. Jefferson, number 2 seed in the South Division. Post, number 3 seed in the North Division. Again, Eagles 3-4 in conference. Jefferson 5-2 in CACC play. Trying to defend their title here in 24-25. On the doorstep, Murphy turns, hooks, and scores. Murphy has staked her claim in that painted area. She's got 8 points here to lead the way for Jefferson. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Eagles down 12. White stripped, fouled. Harris and Nicole Parks will sub in here for the Eagles. Nicole Parks subbing in for the first time, only appearing in her 13th game of the season. So it's Harris, Parks, Rossignol, Daycox, and White, the 5 on the 4 here for post. Into White, no hesitation. Got a 3. White shoots that 3 ball at a 29% clip coming into today, and she cuts the deficit down to single digits. Racinto, Murphy, lost it. Rossignol steals. Another turnover here for the Rams in this first half. Harris, drive, float. Racinto, an excellent rebound there for Jefferson. Murphy, kick it. Kaczynski not afraid to shoot it. And now 1 for 4 from 3. Harris, the trailer is White. She'll step into it, swing it. Harris lets it fly. A 3. Back-to-back triples for the Eagles. And Harris now 2 for 2 from 3. And it's back to a 6-point game. Under 7 to play here in this first half. Murphy wants it. She's got it. Bumping with Rossignol, turning it over. White, one person to beat. It is Nigro. Stops, pops. And Daycox, the offensive board. Harris, is she feeling it? No. Daycox, jumper is short. Harris got the miss and a fresh 20 for the Eagles. Six to shoot. Parks. Harris. Yes. Harris has got the stroke here today, folks. 3 for 5 from the field. She's got 8 points off of the bench, and it's a 4-point game. Eagles on an 8-0 run. Nigro kicks. Racinto, Jefferson needs it. They don't get it. Kaczynski. Burkhart for 2. Courtney Burns thought it should have been an over-the-back foul there on Kaczynski. And Jefferson ends the post 8-0 run. Coming up on the midway point here in the second quarter. 6-point Jefferson lead. Oh, nice ball movement from the Eagles, and it results in a Rossignol 2. And Rossignol now into double figures with 10. She's nearly at her season average. Again, she has figured things out here in a post-Eagles uniform as the season has progressed. She's gotten better as the season has gone on. Big game here. Conference play. Eagles trying to get their first win against Jefferson in their all-time history. Murphy, kick it. 5 to shoot. Nigro will infiltrate the lane, turn it over. Jefferson now with 10 turnovers here in this first half, and we still have 5 minutes to play. Parks flashes, kicks. Rossignol. And we got a foul. They get it on Parks, I believe. Not on Parks. It's called on White. And Carolyn Ciprell, the freshman, will sub into the game for the first time here for Jefferson. Got a pretty packed crowd here at the Drumner Center. Stands pretty full. School back in session here at Post. So Ciprell, Nigro, Kaczynski, Murphy, and Burkhart, the 5 on the 4 here for Jefferson as we have 4:40 to play in this first half. Jefferson with a 4-point lead. Kaczynski will be defended by Porter. And throw it on the doorstep, Murphy. Oh, nice move. Murphy draws a foul there on Parks, and she'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. First free throws for either team here in this first half. Took a while. Murphy, an excellent free throw shooter, 84%, 71 for 85 on the season. Jinkster on the first. Murphy, a senior, 6 feet tall. Back end of 2 is good, and a 1 for 2 trip. 5-point Jefferson lead coming up on 4 to play here in the first half. Eagles starting to crack this Jefferson zone a little bit, getting it to that free throw line area. Burns drives it, fades, blocked. Can't get that one over Murphy, the outstretched arm. Long arm of the law and a foul. They get it on the floor against Jefferson. Rossino will sub in, Parks will sub out. And into the game for the first time is Casey McCuskey. McCuskey appearing in her 12th game of the season, averages 8.8 minutes per game and a steal. That's Cypril. Kaczynski, Murphy, Kaczynski, no hesitation, bullseye. It's a triple. Kaczynski, her second made three, and it's back to an 8-point Jefferson lead. 3:45 to play here in this first half. Daycox, Burns, Harris, hot hand in this first half, can't get that floater. Rossino right there. Daycox rebounds, goes up, missed it. Ball hit out of bounds by Murphy, and it'll stay here with post. Finnerty will sub back in, and Daycox will sub out. White will also sub in, and Porter will sub out. So the two freshmen that get a good amount of minutes with this Eagles team. I shouldn't say a good amount of minutes, a lot of minutes. Subbing out of the game. Rossino turns, shoots, and hits. She has been dominant in the past month or so. 12 points now for Rossino. Then we get a foul. It goes against post. 3:19 to play here in the first half. Again, Jefferson men's, post men's will be coming up following the conclusion of this one. That should be a ton of fun. This women's team here for post trying to get to 500 in conference play. Nigro, a lot of contact, no whistle. And it's sprayed out. Kaczynski. And Finnerty is on the floor and in a world of pain. Athletic training staff will attend to her with 3:01 to play here in the second quarter, and we'll step aside. Finnerty hard fall, able to get up to her feet and receives a standing ovation. Excellent sign there. We will resume play. 3:01 to play in this first half. 31-25 lead for Jefferson. Rossino leading the way for post with 12. And Murphy leading the way for Jefferson with 9. Jefferson, a very balanced attack here in this first half. No players in double figures, but a lot of people have scored. Everybody but Cypril and McCuskey. Porter. 7 to shoot. Rossino hot hand, 1 dribble, 1 shot, and Nigro boards. 2.5 to play here in the first half. Nigro into the attacking 47. White will defend. DHO with Kaczynski. Yep, offensive. Murphy clipped White. And another turnover here for Jefferson. So 11 turnovers here in this first half for Jefferson. Burns and Daycox will sub out. So it's Parks, Jackie Russell into the game for the first time. Porter, Rossino, and White. 5 on the floor here for post. Jefferson still in the 2-3. It's a Parks quick drive and an easy finish for 2. An excellent move, and it's back down to a 4-point game. Coming up on 2 to play here in the first half. Murphy. Pumped it, drives it, shake, bake. Oh, what a highlight there for Murphy. And she's into double figures now. Give her 11. Near turnover. Russell, swing it. Porter, fire it. Parks the offensive board. The bounce out of bounds. As Jordan Thomas, the sophomore forward, 6'1" from Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania, into the game here for the first time. Only averages 5.5 minutes per game does Thomas. As they will sub out Murphy, she'll get a breather here. Eagles showing press. Looks like picking up man-to-man and a foul as Parks got the steal and McCuskey fouled her. So Eagles will take it side out with 1:29 to play in this first half. A 6-point game. Really fun game here. Jefferson got off to a quick start, leading 13-4. But Eagles have certainly settled in. Nice give and go. Porter back to Rossignol. Did not have enough on that one, and the rebound is Russell, fresh 20. Eagles getting a lot of offensive boards here in this first half. Porter, bounce it. Russell, fire it. Hit the side of the backboard. Another offensive rebound. And Thomas finally pulls it down for Jefferson, and Parks fouls her with a minute even to play in the first half. Burns will sub in. Parks will sub out. Good press there. They had Kaczynski ahead. They throw it to her, and she catches, and she'll reset for Jefferson. Kick it. Cipral, fire it. Nice looking stroke there by Carolyn Cipral, the freshman. Back to an 8-point Jefferson lead as we are under 40 seconds to play in the first half. Burns looking to attack. Rossignol cuts, dives, and can't cup it in. Shot clock is dark. Jefferson can hold on to it for the final shot of the half if they would like to, and it's looking like that's exactly what they want to do. Game clock at 12, 11, 10. Between the rings, it's Nigro. Kick it. Kaczynski can shoot it. Didn't have enough arc on that one. 3, 2. Time for the Eagles. Does Porter realize it? No, she didn't. And that will take us to the end of the first half. Fun first half sees Jefferson 35, Post 27. 12 turnovers for Jefferson in that first half, but they still have an 8-point lead, trying to stay perfect against Posts in their all-time record. We'll take a break for halftime. Second half, it's coming your way next on the CACC Network. Back here at the Drumner Center, ready for the start of the second half here between the Eagles and the Rams as we take a look at our first half stats. Scoring summary through the first two quarters. Jefferson outscored Post 21-11 in that first quarter. Better second quarter for Post, outscoring Jefferson 16-14. Field goal shooting, nice shooting half for Jefferson, 55%. Eagles only 31%. Jefferson, a great three-point shooting team, 39% as a team coming into today, but they were only 2 for 8 from downtown. Kaczynski hit both, of course. Eagles 3 for 11 from downtown in that first half. Big discrepancy on the offensive glass. Eagles 12 offensive rebounds as we welcome you back courtside and saying hello, Griffin Cass on hand. Second half ready to get it going here at the Drumner Center. So glad you're with us here on this Saturday afternoon, late January. Eagles number 3 seed in the North Division, 3-4 conference record coming into today as the second half is underway. Eagles will start with it. Rams number 2 seed in the South Division at 5-2 in conference. Rossignol, 12 points in that first half. Now it's Burns kicking. So Day Cox, Burns, oh, there's a nice steal. Kaczynski, not the way you want to start the second half if you are Post. Can't get it to go, but following was Racinto for 2. Back to a 10-point lead here for Jefferson. It is the starting 5 that began the game for both teams. Burns, Day Cox, Rossignol, Harris, and White, the 5 on the floor for the Eagles. Spratt, Kaczynski, Murphy, Nigro, and Racinto, the 5 on the floor here for Jefferson. Eagles have never beaten the Rams in program history. 0-21 all-time. Rossignol turns, shoots, can't score. Spratt the board. Rossignol led the way with 12 in that first half. Murphy had 11. As we get a kickball violation there on Post, says Nicole Parks and Hannah Fernardi subbing back in here for the Eagles. Great sign that Fernardi is back into the game. Took a hard fall in that first half. Again, friendly reminder that the men's game is coming up next between Jefferson and Post. That should be a ton of fun. Harris, oh, nice steal, interception. She will drive and can't score. Nice defense there by Kaczynski. Fernardi pops out, swings it. Rossignol fires it. Another offensive rebound, and the backpedaling Fernardi will reset it for Post. 6 to shoot. White pulls. The swing, Spratt, the drive, and the 2. The Eagles trying to get on the board here in the second half. It is Rossignol. Kicks, stolen. Spratt, one person to beat, no number. She'll back it out and reset it. Murphy. Yeah, Courtney Burns wants a timeout to begin things in the second half. A little stagnant offensively. Jefferson with a 12-point lead, 39-27 with 7:55 to play here in the third. Quick little timeout by Courtney Burns, a 30-second. Fernardi, Harris, White, Rossignol, and Parks, the 5 on the floor for Post. Same 5 on the floor here for Jefferson. Turnover, not what Courtney Burns had in mind out of the timeout. Nigro, swing it, long 2, Spratt. It's good. 6-0 start here for Jefferson to begin things in the second half, and they have a 14-point lead. White, baseline pull-up. Eagles need it. It pinballs out, and Murphy the board. Largest lead of the game here for Jefferson. Racinto looking to add to it on the doorstep. Pirouettes, kicks, and they'll reset it. White defends. Nigro makes her move, kicks it out. This will be Sprout going across the lane and feeding Murphy. Short. Excellent box out, and Harris collects it. Kick it for Nerdy. Eagles need it. And Rossino tracks down the offensive rebound. Eagles have done an excellent job on the offensive glass. Harris, she shot it well in that first half. Didn't want it there. Parks makes her move, kicks it out. A Fernerdi high arcer three. Another offensive rebound. Shot clock should have reset. And they'll get that squared away right now. Carmen will sub in, Parks will sub out, Porter will sub out White. And Eagles will take it side out. 6:25 to play here in the third. Able to go in the backcourt, and they do. Eight to shoot. Pass deflected out of bounds. Jefferson flying around defensively here to start the second half. Eagles still yet to score here in the third. Fernerdi. Another near offensive rebound. That's going to be a 30-second shot clock violation, but no, it shouldn't have been. Jefferson ball. Eagles just really struggling from the field here in this one. 12 for 47. Jefferson not struggling. 19 for 35. Spratt was left open. She'll drive it. Murphy with Carmen on her. Takes it across the lane. The scoop parachuting in was Racinto. Cannot collect the rebound. Ball hit out of bounds. They say last touch Eagles. Six to shoot. Nigro bounces. Racinto. And Rossino harnesses the rebound. Eagles running, coming up on the midway point here in the third, have yet to score in this second half. Porter, cross, drive, floater. Fouled. And the Eagles will take their first free throws of the game. Porter, a 64% free throw shooter, 21 for 33 on the year. Cameron Porter, a freshman from Chicago. Been a nice addition to this Eagles team who went 17-10 last year. Not able to hit either free throw, and Murphy clears. Eagles still without a basket in this third quarter. Coming up on the midway point here in the third. 41-27 Jefferson lead. Murphy chiseling, floating, scoring. Too easy. She's been the go-to option offensively here in this one, leading the way for Jefferson with 13. Leads the game in scoring for both teams. Under 5 to play here in the third. 16-point Jefferson lead. Carmen for Nerdy. Harris, Carmen, Fernerdi. Knifes, scoops, and scores. Oh, pretty English there from Fernerdi. And the Eagles on the board here in the third. Back to a 14-point lead. It is Spratt driving, bouncing off of Carmen. As White and Parks will sub in. And Fernerdi and Burns will sub out. Need to switch that. Murphy not able to make the Eagles pay. Harris pushing. Kicking. Park slithering, feeding into the hands of Kaczynski. Spratt the stop and pop. Murphy. And one. A chance at a three-point play for Casey Murphy, as she has been on one here this afternoon. 15 points. She has just eclipsed her season average of 14.5. Nails the free throw to complete the three-point play. 16 points for Murphy, 17-point Jefferson lead. Starting to get out of hand a little bit. Eagles, desperate need of a run. 4 minutes to play here in the third. Carmen bumping, drawing the foul. Nice take there. Emma Carmen has started in 4 games this season. This is the 16th game that she has appeared in, averaging 13.6 minutes per game. Only her 3rd free throw attempt of the season. Her 4th is also off. Stays at a 17-point Jefferson lead. Especially trying to get back into the game here. Can't leave points at the charity stripe. 3:50 to play here in the third. Jefferson in control of the 17-point lead. Looking to add to it. Spratt. Reset it with Nigro. Cross. Kick. Racinto. 6 to shoot. Bump. Whistle. And a foul. They get it on the floor. Going against post. Shot clock will reset to 20 as Finnerty and Rossignol will sub in. Porter and Parks sub out. Kaczynski. Mismatch. Murphy has White. Wants it back. Gets it on Carmen. Turns. We'll get a jump. 3:17 to play here in the third. It's going to stay with Jefferson. Get it in. Coming up on 3 to play here in the third. Nigro makes her move, pushes it, missed it. Daycox rebounds. She's been pretty quiet here in this one. She'll drive, she'll kick. Finnerty pulls, and Murphy, another rebound for Jefferson. Her 7th board of the game. Under 3 to play here in the third. Jefferson looking for their 22nd straight win against post all time, and looking to stay undefeated against the Eagles in their all-time history. DHO. 10 to shoot. Nigro, Euro step. Hit out of bounds. Last touch, Jefferson, they say. Eagles have really struggled offensively here in this third quarter. Only have accumulated 2 points here in the quarter. So Jefferson outscoring post 11-2 here in the third. They have a 17-point lead. Carmen, White, Finnerty, Rossignol, and Daycox, the 5 on the floor for the Eagles. Backpedaling is Rossignol, swinging White. Rossignol, nice seal position down low, and she draws the foul on Murphy. So Murphy just picked up her 3rd personal, and yeah, Thomas is going to sub her out. Rossignol, 73% free throw shooter on the year. First free throws of the game here for number 23, leading scorer on the season for post. She drills both. Big free throws, 15-point game. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the third. Cox with 51 steals on the season, hounding Nigro. A nice tight handle there from number 2. And a foul on Cox. It's the twirling Spratt, the baseline pull up by Thomas, and Spratt the offensive rebound, goes back up on the doorstep, can't pick up the 2, and Fernardi rebounds. Minute 45 to play here in the third. Trailer, Fernardi. Looking to bounce to Rossignol in a nest of defenders, and she turns it over to Kaczynski. Upset Recinto, missed the shot on the doorstep, and Fernardi rebounds, coming up on a minute to play here in the third. Cox, the pull-up pop. Did not have enough on it, ball out of bounds, last touch Jefferson. As Russell and Porter will sub in for post. Cox and Fernardi sub out. 1:08 to play here in the third. Only 27% from the field for posts on the game. They shoot it at a 36% clip as a team from the field on the year. Extra feed. White will take it. Need it. Minutes of play here in the third. Jefferson, 15-point lead. Nigro the bounce. Spratt the drive. In a nest of defenders and stepped out of bounds. It's going to be a Jefferson turnover. Jefferson has certainly cleaned up the turnovers since that first half, only their 14th of the game. They average 16.1 per game on the year. Late stages of the third, Spratt steal and the 2. Back to a 17-point Jefferson lead. Harris will sub out Russell. Eight-second difference shot in game clock. Shot clock at 7. This will be a Porter 3. And Recinto boards. Plenty of time for Jefferson. 5, 4, 3, 2. Nigro all the way to the cup for 2. Jefferson outscores the Eagles 15-4 in the third quarter and take a commanding 19-point lead as we head to the fourth on the CACC network. Dominant third quarter for the Rams. Has them at a 19-point lead, ready to start the fourth. Still plenty of time for post, but things not looking good here. Need a run to start this fourth quarter desperately. Porter, Harris, White, Rossino, and Carmen, the 5 on the floor for the Eagles to begin things in the fourth. 3 quarters in the books. Fourth quarter underway here at the Drumner Center. Glad you're with us here on the CACC Network at Post. Carmen 3. Off of the heel. Murphy, Kaczynski, Nigro, Spratt, and Recinto. The 5 on the 4, starting 5 for Jefferson. Hard drive and an easy finish for Recinto. 8 on the game for her, and the lead at its largest of the afternoon at 21. Porter step into it. Eagles have just gone so cold here in the second half. They've only totaled 4 points in the half. Had 11 in the first quarter, 16 in the second quarter, and only 4 in the third. The Eagles will play at Bloomfield on Tuesday, their next matchup. Kaczynski, Murphy. A little over a minute gone here in the fourth. Kaczynski fades. And a beautiful box out there by White. And Jayla Cologne into the game for the first time, back from injury. A freshman from Worcester, Massachusetts. Cologne only appearing in her 9th game of the season, averages 4.4 minutes per game. Jefferson in control of it, leading by 21, 8:25 to play here in regulation. Friendly reminder that the men's game will be coming up next. Jefferson in post. Murphy has been the answer all afternoon long for Jefferson, and she is fouled by Rossignol. Daycox in. Porter out. Parks in, Carmen out. Murphy, doubled. Spratt. Recinto in a straitjacket. Leave it for Kaczynski. Spratt, step back Jay. Yeah, nice box out there by Daycox. White trailer. Throw it on the doorstep. Rossignol turns, flips, and scores. Only the 6th point of this second half for Post. Rossignol certainly quiet in this second half, as all the Eagles are. She's got 16 now. No rush for Jefferson. Leading by 19 with 7.5 to play in the game. Flashing Recinto, she's been solid here for Jefferson all afternoon long, and Daycox the clear. Ahead to Rossignol. Eagles got to go on a run. It's now or never. Carmen and Finerty in. Rossignol, the only Eagle in double figures with 16. Murphy has got 16 for Jefferson, and Spratt has 12. Those are the two Jefferson players in double figures. Jefferson 7 minutes away from extending their 2-game winning streak to 3. Splash, Spratt, string music. Gorgeous looking stroke. And it's back to a 21-point Jefferson lead. Cologne, Finerty, Parks, Daycox, and Carmen, the 5 on the 4 here for the Eagles. We get a foul on the floor. It goes on Jefferson. Throw it ahead. Spratt leaking out. Pulls. Get a foul on the floor. It goes against Post. Mackenzie Ford, freshman, into the game for the first time for a post. Says there's a nice looking shot there by Jefferson. Ford only appearing in her 4th game of the season. 23-point Jefferson lead, its largest of the game. Jay Cox, the bounce, Ford, the 2. Good pressure here from post. Spratt gets out of it. 4 minutes gone here in the 4th. 56-35 Jefferson lead. Murphy. Ford alternate, saves it into Fernardi. Coming up on the midway point here in the 4th. The Eagles a steep mountain to climb. Have an issue with the shot clock or game clock. Just getting this clock figured out. So we'll take a quick step aside here. All right, everything with the scoreboard is all figured out. 5:33 to play here in the 4th, 27 on the shot clock. Going to be post ball. Raquel Washington into the game for the first time, along with Fernardi, Ford, Porter, and Acox. 56-35, Jefferson lead. The Eagles just have not been able to generate a lot of offense here this afternoon. They average 58.8 points per game on the year. Not likely that they are going to get to that margin. They've only totaled 8 points here in this second half, as we're almost at the midway point here in the 4th quarter. Jefferson has no issues breaking the pressure there for the Eagles. And it's all about milking that clock now for Jefferson. A few minutes away from getting their 3rd consecutive conference victory and improving to a smooth 6-2 on the year. It's their title defense season here. Niagara Pools missed it with Cinto rebounds and a fresh 20 for Jefferson. Won the CACC last season. Dominated. Had a little turnover from last year to this year with some freshmen coming in, some players transferring. Murphy gets on the floor, pops it up, and it's caught by Porter. 4.5 to play here in the 4th. Again, friendly reminder that The second half of our doubleheader here at Post this afternoon will be coming up following the conclusion of this one. It's the men's edition of Jefferson and Post. That will be a fun game. Jefferson men's won the CACC tournament last season, as well as the women's team, as Spratt springs free for 2. That Jefferson team had, I believe, 4 to 6 players transferred to Division I programs. I mean, that's what's going to happen, especially here in D2 or D3. You win your conference, likely going to have some guys heading into the transfer portal. .345 to play here in the fourth. 23-point Jefferson lead, cruising here, especially in this second half. First half was a ton of fun. Super competitive. Nigro shows it, flips it, and it's the largest lead of the game here for Jefferson. It's at 25. And a timeout just to get some substitutions in here, I believe, for Courtney Burns. Bounce it for Washington. Defended by the shorter player, and it's out to Cox, and nearly threw it into the hands of Spratt. Porter drives, kicks. 10 to shoot. Extra feed, Porter, high arcer. And Kaczynski, a nice box out and a board. Under 3 to play here in the fourth. Jefferson going to start to empty that bench, it seems. Kaczynski 3. So we got a timeout here for Tom Shirley. Get some substitutions in here. It'll be Janice Ashon to sub into the game here for the first time. 2:17 to play here in the fourth. Rocinto subs out. She had an excellent performance here today for Jefferson. 10 points, 11 boards, 3 steals. 5 of those boards also offensive. Talk about an excellent performance. Oh, nice block there by Washington on Murphy. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. Jefferson going to win their 3rd consecutive game in conference and their 22nd consecutive game against Post in the all-time history. Cox a 3. Long 2. I misspoke. Murphy with 16, Spratt with 16. Those two combining for 32, nearly outscoring the Eagles' entire team. That's at 60-37. Kaczynski and the reset. Coming up on a minute to play here in the fourth. Post going to drop to 4-15 on the season overall, 3-5 in conference. Jefferson going to improve to 12-6 overall and 6-2 in conference. Next up for Post, they will be traveling to Bloomfield. They have a 3-game road trip. They will play Bloomfield on Tuesday. Non-conference matchup against Malloy on Thursday. And then a week from today, we'll be playing at Wilmington to resume conference play. And then they'll be home for February 5th against Dominican. Looking at the road ahead here for this Jefferson team, they will be playing at Georgian Court on Tuesday, and then they will be home against Bloomfield on Saturday. Under a minute to play. Turnover. Again, men's game is coming up next between Post and Jefferson. Should be a good one. Baseline J, Murphy boards. Cutter Kaczynski, deflected out of bounds there by Cox. 37.5 remaining in the fourth. Jefferson going to get their fourth win of the season on the road. They're not a great away team if you look at their record coming into this one. 3-4 on the road. They're 6-2 at home. They are 2-0 at neutral site, so picking up that away record a little bit. It's a Kaczynski 3, and she cashes it in from downtown. Shot clock is dark. Big win here for Jefferson. Statement win. Did it emphatically, especially in this second half. Was an 8-point game coming into the half. Leading it by 26 now. Outscored Post 15-4 in the third. Now it's 13-6 in the fourth, and that's the final buzzer. Sounds. Spratt and Murphy combined for 32, and Jefferson with a big-time CACC win. Second half of our CACC Post basketball doubleheader. It's coming up next. Post and Jefferson men's